Hello and greetings from Ayerdi in the Basque Country. Middle of the month report, middle of August report. Here a little impromptu, but do the best I can to cover a few things. We are in the last hours of a work retreat, our second this summer, where we opened it up to men who wanted to come and just spend a solid day working here at the many different projects that we have at the farmhouse. So on Thursday night, there were about 10 of us or so that came together, had a Bible study with a pastor from Central Spain. And then on Friday, we had some of our men who couldn't be here for the entire thing came in. And so yesterday, Friday, there were 16 men working all over the place, all kinds of projects. And maybe at the end of this video, I'll throw out a few pictures or maybe a video or two that I took so that you get an idea of what was accomplished. But it was wonderful to see these jobs get done well by men who were eager to work and enjoying the fellowship. We had great food. Our ladies, the three wives did a fantastic job with the meals, and Mike as well helping out, and Sorin, our men. Anyway, we all survived and ate well and had plenty. Let me just rapidly run through a few things. Caleb and Javi, the two young men who were with us, both of them have left now. Caleb is back at the university. Javi had to leave quickly to go back to Mexico to get some paperwork done before he comes back to France to study in the fall. So we lost both of those young men. They were so valuable and so helpful in the ministry. Then we had a couples activity last Saturday. And again, it's people are on vacations, but we had 7 couples and just had a great time, fun and fellowship. Good food, and it was just a wonderful time with some of the couples from church. Then we have this work retreat this week, and then in 2 weeks, well, actually less than 2 weeks, we have our yearly Christian workers retreat, and there'll be couples and families, missionaries and Spanish pastors and families coming in from various parts of the country. And our co-worker Juan will be back. He and his wife have been back in the States all summer for the birth of 2 grandchildren. So yeah, they've been there, but he's coming back to help run that, and that they'll be staying a little longer with Andrea, who had her first baby the other day, actually. And then looking into September, man, that sun is bright. In September, we're working at fixing a date for some baptisms. We have a number who want to get baptized, and so that's another good thing. We have a wedding at the end of the month, and it's going to be a busy September as well. Then at the first, looking back, actually, I forgot, at the first of this month, Mark and Andrea, he was on a business trip kind of celebration thing in Rome, and at the end of their trip, they came over and were here for 3 days, I think it was. And so our family, the boys and everybody, we all got together and made the most of, 48 hours, between 48 and 60 hours we had with them. And then they left to go back to Greenville. But that was wonderful to have them with us for a few days. Okay, I'm going to let it go at that. I'm going to stop now, and I'll probably either throw in some pictures or some video. You can hear, I don't have my mic, so there's probably a lot of outside noise. There's weed eaters going there. There's a cement mixer going there, and a number of guys digging trenches for some electrical conduits and so forth. All of this is wonderful work getting done. So, but we'll be knocking off in a couple of hours, and got a weekend to get ready for. So, God bless you. Thank you for watching. I don't even know when I'll get this out. Hopefully today, maybe Saturday. We'll see. Take care. So here's some drone video I took. And I'm not going to talk through the whole thing. I've clipped it some, but I just go to the different sites yesterday and show you what they were doing. It also includes a drone crash because I clipped a branch up in the trees and the drone went smashing to the ground. Fortunately, nothing happened. And I was able to continue flying without any, except the battery container opened, the battery door. So I went and closed the battery door and off it went. I was fortunate. And then at the very end of the drone, video, you'll see me up through the woods trying to find in a hole in the trees where the guys were fencing around the water tank. That took a while, so I sped it up because I was looking forever. I decided to come up to the top and take a video of all the different jobs that were done, just to give you a sort of a bird's eye overview and general view. So this is what one of the teams did. This is the big water tank we have with extra water for hard times, if we ever have any, because sometimes we do. And so this can hold up to 10,000 liters, or that's, I think it's holding that right now. But I should gotta turn it off. And the guys put in these posts with the whammer there, made the holes, and these things are good and solid. They didn't have enough mesh to go around, so we've got to finish that. But they almost did. And we're just trying to keep it from animals and anything, horses, deer, anything to get in there and maybe make a mess. We appreciate that's that hole that I was looking down through with the drone. So coming down through the woods, the next job we come to is over here by the water tank, by the main water tank. And in fact, this crew, which is the same one that was working up there, did an extra job for us. They made us these steps, which was always a slippery kind of mess. So they dug out these steps. I don't know how much you can tell in the video. Maybe if I look down you can. Anyway, they did a great job. And then they buried some more pipes, water pipes, and electrical conduit and all that, so that we can have power up here for whatever we need it. Danny's always interested in putting up electronic gadgets, and he needs power, so we throw cables down everywhere. So here they come out, and this was made for a kind of a swimming pool that I think I mentioned earlier, which will be another extra several thousand liters of water in case we have a very dry summer and we need it for a retreat. So you can see where we are, and they did a great job at this. So that was finished, all the conduit laid, and now I'm gonna go down there where one of our men is still here, hasn't left. The rest have all left, almost all of them have left, and I'll show you what he's doing. Here we are at the farmhouse. A few weeks ago we cleaned out, I say we, some guys, Danny and others, cleaned out, actually it was with the mission team that was here, cleaned out that where the algae are. There's a bunch of fish in there now. So we're learning how to manage that. There's a couple of young ladies over there. And so it meant changing everything here, redraining everything. It needed to be done a long time ago, and it just hadn't been. So let me show you what's been here. Walter, one of our church men, he's been spending a lot of time here with some of the guys that were helping him. You can see that in the videos, making a really nice area there as you get to the steps. So that was one job. The pipes are all in here connecting from various places, and so he's about to wrap that up. And then down there, one of the guys as well cleared out that area, graded it all by hand, trenched it, and that's going to be burned and out of there. And then in the workers retreat, be able to set up a few tents there. So now to finish, I'm going to go down to that section for the other. These are just the major jobs that they worked on. There were other things. All of this was cut with a weed eater. All the briars and just all kinds of stuff had grown up in there, and so the fields are much better because one of the guys spent basically 2 days working with a weed eater. Coming down the sidewalk here, fruit of one of the Maryland teams aboard the sidewalk. There's a lot of piping, conduit has been going down through the ground, coming up here, cables and electrical stuff. So they're going to build a house there, a little hut thing. And then one of the main jobs was trenching this, cleaning it out, trenching it, and then pouring in concrete. So when we get a good solid rain next time, this becomes a river and just tends to go everywhere. Well, now it'll go where it's supposed to. And then they dug this and they're already covering it up. There's Danny and Nicolas, another one of our churchmen. They're still here. Hopefully they'll be wrapping it up soon. But then we also added this section right here to this was an embankment before. So we brought this dirt in here using the gift the Lord gave us, the big track hoe. And so they're covering all this, and we're gonna have a sidewalk going here, Lord willing, so that when people come for institutes and it's raining or whatever activities, they don't have to trudge up in the mud and get all wet and dirty. So that's most of the work that was done, and basically a day and a half.